Hey guys, it's Daniel here from Mobile Syrup, and I have a quick app review for you today. This is Wind Up Night, and this is from the app, game developer Robot Invaders, and this is a new game that these guys have developed, and this is from the developer who brought you Replica Island, which is one of the most successful free Android games to date, and definitely one of the earliest success stories for Android app developers. So you can see the style of gameplay. It's kind of a perpetual motion platformer here, and it's got a bit of a tongue-in-cheek feeling to it. Lots of kind of hackser. So we have 4 game worlds here. Each one is available for $1.99 after the first book is finished. And they also incorporate the note system where you can purchase items inside the store. So you see you have a full 3D environment here. I'm on my HTC Raider. Full 3D environment. You can purchase swords, you can purchase helms, you can purchase shields, and all of these will be used later in the game. You can also buy notes for real money, so $10 US gets you 10,000 notes. $4.99 gets you 3,600. You can also subscribe to different deals. So the developer has teamed up with Tapjoy, and this is an advertising agency that allows you to purchase apps. To get free notes if you perform a certain action. So I can install this pretty Petslong game from the marketplace, and I'll get a certain number of notes. But the real gameplay is in the just very simple and yet rewarding gameplay. So what you see here is once this loads, so you have a world, and on the bottom of the screen you'll see on the right hand side here you'll see this up arrow, and that's for jump, and each time a new skill is introduced you'll see a new one down here. So first we get jump, and as you can see, I'm not actually moving the knight. The knight is moving by himself. At the top left here, you see the amount of wind-up power that the knight has, and you have to continue. You have to continue finding keys, and these keys will keep the knight wound up, so to speak. So you see this key here on the left-hand side, top left. You'll see that amount increase the more keys that I obtain. So these coins will then, at the end of the level, turn into notes, and the notes will then allow me to purchase those items that I mentioned. Each level comes with a secret script that you can find that gets you more powers towards the end of the game. But the first few levels are very simple. It's just jumping, avoiding spikes, and trying to pick up as many coins as you can. Later levels introduce fighting. They also introduce shields and tumbling, and once those 4 skills are learned, the rest of the game is just iterations of that. But the game is certainly one of the hardest that we've ever tried. So while the first few levels are simple, we get down to more complicated levels as it goes on. So you see, I got 80. I got an A on that, so I got a certain number of coins, and now I can go on to the second level, but I also have 68 notes with which I can purchase my first sword. So you can see over here, I want to purchase a sword. I'm going to purchase my practice sword there for 25 notes. Now, hopefully I can use my sword in this level. Yep, there we go. So the game, each level takes a couple seconds to load, but okay, so this indicates that I can now use my sword, which is located to the left of the jump arrow, in order to kill this rooster-like enemy. So I'm going to click that sword, and there you go. So now I have to incorporate both jumps and swordplay. Now the music is actually quite interesting. I'll get to that in just a second. You can see if I turn the sound up, it's got this kind of medieval ring to it, and the entire game just screams of great production values. They've really stepped up the Android game here, and since this is only available for Android, we're really happy that the developer has kind of created this love note to Android gaming. Replica Island used actually the Android figurine as the protagonist, so they've been in this from the beginning, and you can see that there is just a lot of little graphical flourishes here that really scream quality. Now, the developers also come out and said that while they find that in-app purchases can be a little bit cumbersome, and a lot of the times users will be invaded by little pop-ups that want them to purchase new items, or they won't be able to actually pass a level unless they purchase an item. The Robot Invader says that you can pass the entire game, that's all 4 books, for free if you're good enough. So you can go on and you can actually beat the game as long as you have enough notes in order to purchase each book and each item. You can do that for free if you have the time. It will take significantly longer to do that, but you can actually do it. So there is benefit to that, and also it's ad-free. Even though it's a free game, there is no advertising per se. So they've tried to kind of make a unique spin on the in-app purchase model and make it rewarding for players if they don't want to actually buy anything. But purchasing the game is it goes towards the developer, and it also makes it a lot easier for them to continue developing in the future. That being said, $10 for 10,000 notes, that can pretty much get you as many of the items as you want. And they say that none of the individual items are more than $4. So you won't be spending the same as you would say on Tiny Tower on iOS, which is just a money leech, and definitely one of the models that I'd like to see diminished. But unfortunately, developers have started moving to this freemium model in a way to ensure that they will continue to stay profitable, because a lot of those 99-cent, $1.99, $2.99 games are just not making the amount of money that these developers would like, and the amount of time that developers are putting into the development of these games is only going up, considering the number of people who want to use them. I apologize, I'm not actually concentrating on the game itself while I'm talking, but you get the idea. It's a very, very interesting game. You can see the 3D environments. Even though it's a 2D game, the 3D environments are rendered quite stunningly, and you can see there are moving backgrounds in there, and it's actually rendered in 3D. The camera turns with you and all that, but it just operates on a 2D plane. Now, this is a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor, and you can see there is a little bit of slowdown. Most single-core processors won't fare too well with Wind-Up Night, but that's not to be said that it won't play at all. It's kind of like going from an iPhone 4 to an iPhone 3GS. Most games will play, they'll look a little bit, the textures will be a little bit simpler, and the graphics will be pared down, but you can see the frame rate dropping a little bit there. But overall, it's a beautiful game, and definitely something to spend a few minutes playing, especially since the first book is completely free. So I definitely recommend this. It's called Wind Up Night. It's by Robot Invader, and it is available only on the Android marketplace at the moment. This is Daniel from Mobile Syrup, and thanks so much for watching.